KVS Anand, Managing Director and CEO of Asian Paints, joined me on the phone line. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Anand, and congratulations on these outstanding numbers. I think the markets expected you to have good volumes, good sales, but no one expected these massive margins. I'm not going to, I think you've already spoken a lot on the numbers themselves, the individuals. I just want to understand the way in which the strategy is working out. Now, obviously, the margins would have come down because of low input costs. How do you intend to keep those input costs or keep control of costs as the cycle starts to pick up again?
We are fortunate this quarter that the input costs really dropped. We are seeing a slight increase towards the end of the quarter. We don't really change prices or month to month or day to day. We try and look at it a longer term, at least over a 3 to 6 month period. And we feel the input costs are more or less okay. Our estimates for whatever increase or decrease is going to occur over the next 3 months is built into our pricing. And we are comfortable with that. If there is variance greater than what we had anticipated, then there would be corrections upwards or downwards.
So just for our viewers, what are the key inputs? I understand crude would be one of the, crude prices would be one of the key impacts?
Crude plays more of an indirect role because a lot of the actually chemicals that go as raw materials, many of them are derived from crude. Certain vegetable oils, linseed oil, soya oil also have an impact. Then you have certain whole range of chemicals starting from titanium dioxide, a lot of pigments, a lot of monomers. Some of them are energy dependent, hence crude dependent. Some of them are... but essentially, now in this global market, the prices of most of these chemicals are dependent on global demand. I think we are seeing softer prices over the last 1.5 to 2 years, essentially because China seems to have slowed down a little bit, and they have set up the largest capacities for many of these chemicals all over the world. So that has facilitated softer raw material prices more than anything else. I think crude is also similarly affected both by China demand as well as the US shale gas boom. So it's always a combination of things. It's very difficult to accurately estimate what is going to happen.
But you're saying that the price increases that you've taken are of your products more or less price in whatever changes you expect for your input costs, right?
Correct.
Right. Just give us a sense as to the volume growth that you've had, and there's been range of...
It's a low double-digit volume growth.
Right.
Similar on lines what we have had over the previous 2 quarters too. So, frankly, while everybody seems supplied to the results, they are actually not very different from what we have been doing. The good thing that has happened is the industrial businesses have also done well in this quarter, as well as the small home improvement businesses of modular kitchens and bath fittings, which have shown decent growth in this quarter. But they're very small businesses and they're not really totally related to market phenomena.
Right. No, I just want to understand in terms of volume growth, which parts provide the maximum volume growth? I personally am a user of Asian Paints. I might as well declare it, not an investor.
Consistently over the last 2 decades, I would say it is the smaller towns and villages that have been growing significantly faster than the urban centers. And that phenomena continues almost uniformly across the country. A quarter is actually too short a period of time to say which part of India is growing better or worse. Frankly, we have seen good growth all around.
All round. But with the monsoon recovery, and we were looking at some of the numbers for the pay commission as well, as one economist on our show pointed out that 53% of central government employees actually live in tier 2, tier 3 towns or in semi-rural areas. What is your sense that where would you see the growth coming in the next few quarters?
You have obviously good signs. You have a good monsoon. Although the impact of a monsoon will be felt towards the end of the calendar year once the crop really goes into this thing. But the sentiment is definitely more positive than it was earlier.
Right.
And the impact of your pay commissions, OROP, etc., should also facilitate disposable income, which helps in both construction as well as paint demand. So things should get better, but frankly, let's see how it goes.
And in terms of the other businesses like you have now trying to invest increasingly into that, as you were mentioning, kitchen fittings, in modular kitchens and things like that. How is that proceeding?
This quarter was good. We had good growth in both the businesses in this quarter, but we are very small. Frankly, it's not related to overall industry demand. We have a long way to go before we can really influence the sectors.
Mr. Anand, if I look at what is the current capacity utilization?
We are a seasonal company in the sense there are seasons. Monsoon is the worst season, but it would be somewhere around 70%, 70-75% would be capacity utilization at this.
What is the way in which it happens? Therefore, that you keep the capacity running and you build up inventories? How do you do that?
No, paint is actually not. It's more of a batch-wise process.
Okay.
So, dependent upon your demand, you manufacture.
Okay.
So, while we do stock inventories, we have a fairly integrated demand forecasting model, which we update on an ongoing basis depending on actual sales occurring all across the country. And based on what's selling, where more is produced.
All right. Okay. So effectively, there is absolutely no reason right now for you to expand.
No, we are setting up two facilities, one in Mysore and one in Visakhapatnam, which would, while not exactly double our production, but close to double our capacities over the next 7-8 years.
Okay, 7-8 years. So how long will it take for these facilities to come on board?
If we get all the requisite permissions in the next 3 years.
Okay. You're an absolutely undisputed leader here. Are you facing competition from anywhere, or is your market share continuously growing?
We have always faced competition. I think paint has been one of the markets which was actually dominated by foreign players in the 50s and 60s. We sort of emerged from nowhere. And the market has always been competitive. It's not that. So competition continues. And it should continue. It helps us to grow.
And just tell me, you also mentioned that there are a lot of your industrial segment has grown. Could you just give us a little bit more detail on that?
So, the industrial segment, if you say, there are broadly, we have two joint ventures with PPG of USA. One deals with largely the automotive sector, which is automotive four-wheelers, two-wheelers, as well as refinishes. The leader in much of this business is actually Kansai Nerolac rather than us, since they are the principal suppliers to Maruti. But a lot of our customers have done well in this quarter, and it has also grown. The protective business too has grown significantly in the second joint venture in this quarter. So,
and is this
but a quarter-to-quarter variation is actually seen from the analyst point of view. We probably need to see a longer-term perspective in these businesses.
So are these based on long-term OEM supplies, or is there also a retail repaint business as well?
Some of the protective coatings in the second joint venture is retail, and the auto refinish, which is done in the body shops, is done through a retail mechanism. The rest of the business is OEM business.
Okay, again, the reason I was asking you about the strategic part, as you mentioned, that quarter to quarter doesn't really make sense, especially for a stock like yours. What would be your focus area now? Is it broad-based, or are you picking up some areas which you think are worth focusing on more?
So we are looking at, we see India and the Indian economy growing, whether at the current rate or at a higher rate, fairly consistently over the next decade. a much larger middle class and coming in, a much greater urbanization spreading across the country and hence more construction. Our average per capita consumption of paint in India is still around 3 liters per person. The world average is closer to 6. So there is a long way to go. So we expect our main business to grow, but we also expect other business to grow significantly.
All right, Mr. Anand. Thank you so much for giving us time. Pleasure talking to you, and thank you for being so candid.